It only took 6 phases, but Marvel's first ever superhero team is finally part of the MCU. Wondering what you need to know about the Fantastic Four before they touch down in theaters? Stick around for the 411.
Yes,
It's been a long time since Iron Man kicked things off in 2008. Keeping up with the MCU feels like homework now, and the phrase
2008? Gang. I'm getting old. 2008. You know how old I was in 2008? Seven years old, gang. 2025 now. Do the math.
Superhero fatigue gets thrown around an awful lot. Even Marvel's most devoted fans have been hoping for a project that will bring things back to basics. It's been a long wait, but the Fantastic Four are here to do just that.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Fantastic Four First Steps marks the debut appearance of Marvel's first family in the MCU, not counting John Krasinski's Reed Richards or Chris Evans' Johnny Storm, that is. Unlike most of the films that came before it, First Steps takes place in its own separate universe. There's no Avengers, no Guardians of the Galaxy, and no need to watch a dozen Disney Plus shows for the full context. You can sit back and enjoy the story of a family banding together to save the world without worrying about all that baggage, for now.
We will protect.
And that's the great thing about this movie and the start of like the overall soft reboot and expansion of Marvel in this universe. Like, you know, just in the MCU universe alone, the main universe alone, there's so much different things going on in this one world, bro. From space, from on Earth, from other realms, it's just insane. So for us to finally start like getting these Elseworld, you know, movies where a lot more can be established because it's the start of that world. Like it's beginning right then and there. There's no point of having to watch this show, watch this film to understand this part, this movie coming up or anything. You know, it's definitely a refreshing thing to see, for sure.
So, how did we get here? Why are the Fantastic Four on their own again? And why did it take them so long to join the MCU? To answer those questions and more, we'll have to start at the beginning. Everyone knows Stan Lee. Before he was making cameos in every MCU movie, he was a writer at Marvel Comics who co-created some of the most iconic heroes ever. Lee was a great idea.
The freaking go. I don't understand, but this man right here, he's one of the pioneers of just great childhoods. Having a great childhood, if you were into comics or, you know, superhero TV shows or, you know, leading up to the movies, the toys, all that. He's one of the pioneers of that. There's a lot more, in my opinion. Like, you know, Jack Kirby, of course, as an artist. And then, you know, in other departments, like, I think Dr. Seuss is another pioneer of just, like, planting something in everybody's childhood. Who else? It's a bunch of them, bro. Like, and you gotta pay your respects to the absolute GOAT.
Man, but not the most talented artist. So he teamed up with penciler Jack Kirby to bring their characters to life. Together they made the Avengers and the X-Men, which both debuted in 1963. But their first book depicting a team of superheroes was released a bit earlier in 1961. It was called The Fantastic Four, and it changed the world of comics forever. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm, also known as Mr. Fantastic, the Invisible Woman.
Just as an artist, bro. You know me, I do my art, I do my little thing of art. Just seeing how the art style back in that day looks, it's pretty insane. Like it holds up in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways it doesn't, but definitely holds up. And you could just see like that style in that past. Like you can see that it's from years ago, but you also see that they plan to, just have this for the future. Like, it's actually amazing. One of the reasons why, there's another reason why I really like just comic book stories and comic books in itself, because of the art. Just how they can bring these characters to life just on the page, bro. Like, it's goated. But let's stop blazing. Let's get into the video.
Human Torch and the Thing are the 4 members of Marvel's first family. After a space mission exposes them to cosmic rays, they gain powers they never could have imagined, as well as a responsibility to protect the world from dangerous threats. They've battled the Latvian Emperor Victor Von Doom, the Planet Eater Galactus, Namor the Submariner, and plenty of others over the years, playing important roles in storylines like Secret Wars and Heroes Reborn. Even though the team's name doesn't leave a lot of room for growth, other superheroes have joined and left the Fantastic Four over the years. Spider-Man, She-Hulk, and plenty more have had the privilege of wearing the Fantastic Four uniform. That said, when talks began to try and adapt the Fantastic Four into a live-action movie, it was decided that it would focus solely on the original lineup. Getting the Fantastic Four to the big screen has been a challenge since the beginning. Tim Story's 2005 Fantastic Four film was the first featuring the family to get a wide release, but it wasn't the first one made. In the 90s, producer Bernd Eichinger enlisted B-movie maestro Roger Corman to help him make a Fantastic Four movie for as little money as possible so he could keep the movie rights to the team. The film was made and marketed, but pulled from release shortly before its scheduled premiere. Whether or not that was always the plan is up for debate. Either way, it depicts the team's origin story as well as their conflict with Doctor Doom. It's not too hard to watch today if you know where to look.
Look how old this crap is, bruh. Golly. But it also makes me see how, or it makes me see why the new iteration, 2025 now, has that retro style. Because I don't know, I guess the swag and the drip of the Fantastic Four is kind of old. Like, it's kind of like, what's that old cartoon, the Jetsons? Like, you got that old retro futuristic style. So, it makes sense. Like, you can see the suits right here. Like, it looks like how the new stuff looks. It's kind of cool. Like, the swag is just that. Piece of the past and getting on to the future.
Once the movie rights made their way to 20th Century Fox, Story was brought on board for a proper big-budget adaptation. Like the Corman version, the 2005 Fantastic Four shows how the heroes acquired their powers, as well as their greatest rival. This is the version of the Fantastic Four that many people think of when someone mentions the team, balancing action with just the right amount of comic book style camp.
You don't really want to walk around on fire for the rest of your life, do you?
Is that a trick question?
The sequel, 2007's Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer, expanded on that foundation with a storyline that sees the heroes swapping superpowers or facing multiple threats at the same time. It was 7's Fantastic Four, right?
Shouldn't his
right amount of comic book style count.
If he turns,
you don't really want to walk around on fire for the rest of your life, do you?
Is that a trick question?
The sequel, 2000.
If he turns to the thing right here, shouldn't his hair be rocked as well, or should he just be bald? Like, I don't know. Like, it looks funny right here, because probably supposed to, but shouldn't the hair be rocked? Because I did see Thing with a rock beard in his new movie, so it just makes me think about this right here. I don't know.
7's Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer expanded on that foundation with a storyline that sees the heroes swapping superpowers or facing multiple threats at the same time. It was less warmly received than its predecessor, mostly due to the bafflingly poor portrayal of a certain colossal character. More on that later. When Marvel Studios stuck the landing with Phase 1 of the MCU and kicked off a new superhero boom, 20th Century Fox wanted back in. That's why 2015 delivered its own Fantastic Four.
Just look at this lineup, bro.
Oh, hell no!
Just look at these. I'm not even gonna go there, because I still love my boy Michael B. As you can see, he's been trying to hold superhero wave for a long time. even before this. Y'all remember the movie Chronicle? Yeah. If you haven't watched that, you're living under a rock, literally. W movie. Must watch. But overall, man, this was never gonna work, I guess. Like, they tried though, they tried. Like, you can give them that. This dude don't even have no pants on.
Or as some prefer to call it, Fant-4-stick. Josh Trank's reboot is the third Fantastic Four movie to show how the protagonists get their abilities, as well as how they use them to stop Doctor Doom. A difficult production led by a temperamental director, the film was critically reviled, with its Rotten Tomatoes critic score sitting at a measly 9%. A planned sequel was canned soon after. It seems that Trank and the executives at Fox weren't familiar with the concept of diminishing returns.
Fantastic.
Does it hurt? I'm used to it.
That's why First Steps is so refreshing for a lot of Marvel fans. In their universe, these Fantastic Four are established heroes, icons of New York City that everyone already knows and loves. By omitting parts of the mythology that everyone's already seen multiple times over, First Steps promises to go places that the team has never gone before in live action. So, who are the Fantastic Four really anyway? Let's take a look at each member of Marvel's first family individually, starting with Mr. Fantastic himself, Reed Richards. Commonly referred to as the smartest man on Earth, Reed is an expert in every scientific discipline imaginable.
It's so great that we get, another character with that title, because it's been a while, man. It's been a while. Ever since the GOAT, not my GOAT, but the GOAT, MCU GOAT, Tony passed away. It's like Marvel Universe been led by some mid-tier intelligence. Let me just say that.
Responsible for the Fantastic Four getting their powers in the comics, as his insistence on taking his Marvel 1 spaceship for a test flight with his friends puts them all in the path of cosmic rays. After touching back down on Earth, Reed realizes that his body has gained the ability to stretch to incredible lengths, bending into any shape or position he can possibly imagine. Mr. Fantastic...
Bro, it's gonna be so insane just to see the new level of how they depict his power. I already seen a little bit, of course, in the trailers, but like, not just this movie, overall, just, of course, the Fantastic Four joining the MCU, joining the other heroes, how they fight with the other heroes, power moves, how they fight against other villains and stuff like that. Like, it's gonna be insane. I just see his power alone, just be a part of all that. Like, that's gonna be really fire to see. Technology has came a long way, so it better look good, MCU. It better look good. I don't doubt it though. I don't doubt y'all.
Was played by Alex Hyde White in the unreleased Roger Corman movie, Johan Griffith in the Tim Story films, and Miles Teller in 2015. John Krasinski appears as the Earth 838 version of Reed for a little while in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, but he's only around for a few minutes before he's spaghettified by Scarlet Witch.
The building's been breached.
Genius.
In First Steps, Reed is portrayed by Pedro Pascal, who's fresh off his appearances in the last...
This man right here is slowly but surely becoming one of my favorite actors, just on top right now. Like, he's in a lot of things that I'm watching, he's in it. And not just in it, but he's like the lead. So, I don't know why he's just like acting in banger after banger after banger, but the man, he's like that. Pascal, he like that.
A materialist. His version isn't just a genius superhero, he's also a teacher, the host of an educational program appropriately called Fantastic Science with Mr. Fantastic. With a child on the way and the fate of the planet resting on his stretchy shoulders, the stakes could not be higher for the smartest man on Earth. Thankfully, Reed doesn't have to go it alone. He has...
I seen on the trailer, bro, the part where he's like where the news reporter is like, "Are we safe?" or something like that, and then Reed Richards has to turn around and tell the man, "I don't know." Now, I ain't the smartest man in the world, but only he literally is the smartest man in his world. You know how embarrassing that probably is to him, how weak he probably felt knowing that he had to utter those words out of his mouth. I don't know. The smartest man in the world literally has to admit, I don't know. Now, if it was Tony, that man never say that. Even if he don't know, he's never going to say, I don't know. He just got too much pride, too much aura to say that. The other person who would probably say that is Batman. That's just insane, bro. Like, I don't think people really grasp that in the trailer, like how impactful that moment was for a guy like Reed Richards to say, I don't know. It's gonna get crazy in this movie.
Of his life in his corner, Sue Storm, otherwise
There
known
goes
as
Sue
the
Storm,
Invisible
though.
Girl, until she changed it to the Invisible Woman. After talking her way onto the Marvel 1, exposure to cosmic radiation makes it possible for her to turn invisible and construct invisible force fields.
Did you know I could create a force field inside someone's body and expand it until they explode?
As Reed's girlfriend turned wife and Johnny's older sister, Sue is the glue that holds the family together. She's also a super mom, balancing her job as a hero with raising one very special boy. Despite Sue being the only woman in the core
boy
Fantastic
Franklin.
Four, Lee and Kirby tried to make her as powerful and complex a character as her male teammates. She's certainly far from perfect after all. Her situationship with Prince Namor has been known to throw wrenches into her marriage. Sue was portrayed by Rebecca Staub in 1990.
I wonder if you're gonna get that. I wonder if that love triangle, gonna appear in the MCU movies, man. And Namor, hey, we ain't seen him in a minute, but that boy Namor is still around. And I'm pretty sure the man's gonna be in Doomsday. I don't know, but hey, Kevin Feige.
Jessica Alba in 2005 and 2007, and Kate Mara in 2015. Vanessa Kirby, known for her appearances in The Crown and the Mission Impossible franchise, plays her in First Steps. In her universe, she's already married to Reed and pregnant with his child. Things are looking good for Sue. That is until a cosmic threat arrives to ruin everyone's day. The most fiery member of the Fantastic Four in more ways than one, Johnny Storm is Sue's brother and the youngest on the team. Johnny's fun-loving yet reckless nature pairs perfectly with his ability to turn into a flying bonfire on command. Johnny talks his way onto the Marvel 1 in an attempt to
In my opinion, there's two characters Chris Evans did not mess with. And of course, one is Captain America. People forget, the Human Torch was also literally fire, no pun intended. He did not mess with that character, bro. I feel like in a lot of ways, those movies was carried by him. Just him just being, Johnny Storm and doing his thing as Human Torch. So, hey, I just have to put it out there. It's crazy what happened to him in Deadpool, though. Deadpool and Wolverine, get him dirty.
his sister, and the powers he and his friends gain turn them into celebrities. He loves the attention that being a fireball gets him, and he's been known to be a bit of a show-off. Despite his ego though, Johnny is easy to get along with and a reliable friend, with one of his best buddies being the Amazing Spider-Man. Jay Underwood was the Human Torch in the 90s Fantastic Four movie, while Chris Evans took over the mid-2000s Fox films and a cameo in Deadpool and Wolverine. Michael B. Jordan played Johnny in the 2015 reboot, turning in a solid performance in a not-so-solid picture. Joseph Quinn, who rocketed to fame.
That's it, Michael B. Give you respect too, man. You tried. You tried. But you always be Killmonger anyway. You always be Killmonger anyway.
After after playing Eddie Munson in the 4th season of Stranger Things, portrays Johnny in First Steps. Like earlier iterations of the character, the MCU's Human Torch isn't afraid to roast his teammates.
As a good actor.
Take back every single bad thing I've been saying about you. To myself. In private.
Ben Grimm, more famously known as The Thing, may be the only person in the original Fantastic Four lineup not married or related to another member, but that doesn't mean his teammates love him any less. As Sue points out in the teaser for First Steps, Ben is both figuratively and literally the family's rock. A gifted pilot, Ben is at the controls of the Marvel 1 when it comes into contact with cosmic rays. His transformation is perhaps the most dramatic, as his body bulks up and his skin turns rock hard and orange. He has a difficult time coming to terms with his new self, often seeing himself as a monster and pushing Reed to help him find a way to go back. Nevertheless, he's a formidable...
Hey, as a Hulk fan, see he right there. As a Hulk fan, I understand Ben Grimm. You know, they picture you as a monster. They picture you as a monster at first, but then when you try to go in and help, you know, when they need help, they gonna scream your name. You know what I'm saying? That's why I go back to, you know, Infinity War. Before that, my boy escaped to his car, trying to live a better life, his own life, stay away from the humans on Earth because they didn't deserve him. After he was just, you know, his mind was messed with by Scarlet. He was tearing up the city, squabbling with Iron Man. But they saw him as a monster, bro. Even after he saved New York, the movie before. But then you want to call my name, call my number again. Thor, Ragnarok, and expect me to come back and save the world with y'all. When Thanos pulled up, am I a monster or not? I'm going on a tangent a little bit, yapping about Hulk. And this is a Ben Grimm situation. We on theme right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. They picture some of the best heroes as monsters, bro, just because they look a certain way or, you know, do things a certain way. But we're not doing that with things this time. We're not. And hopefully, we'll do the same thing for Hulk. We'll do the same thing for Hulk.
Fighter who packs a serious punch.
It's clobbering time.
2 people played Ben Grimm in the unreleased Fantastic Four film.
Y'all ever kind of wonder what the heck does clobbering even mean? Just start beating folks into a pulp? Is that what clobbering means? So I never really understood it. And is clobbering time just as big as a phrase as Hulk smash? Y'all let me know, in y'all opinion. And let me know what the heck does clobbering time actually even mean.
Bailey Smith as his human form, and Carl Ciafalio in an orange suit after his mutation. Michael Chiklis did an excellent job embodying the character in the Tim Story movies, but fewer people were impressed by Jamie Bell in the reboot. Fans of FX's The Bear were thrilled when they learned that Ebon Moss-Bacharach, who plays Richie in the show, had been cast as Ben in First Steps. This version
W-cast all across the board. W-cast. This is some of the best casting Marvel's done in a good minute, bro. I ain't gonna cap. They really don't miss when it comes to casting, but bro, these actors are amazing. Fantastic. So again, another reason why this movie is so lit, bro.
The Thing is loved by local children, but he still feels wistful whenever he's reminded of the man he used to be.
And the CGI is dope.
This may be the Fantastic Four's first step into the MCU, but it definitely isn't their last. All 4 members are confirmed to appear in Avengers Doomsday in 2025, likely dragging them out of their home universe and into the continuity that they'd earlier managed to avoid. Spoiler alert for Thunderbolts or the New Avengers, whatever you want to call it. But that film's post-credit scene shows a Fantastic Four spaceship approaching Earth, likely after the events of First Steps take place. The Fantastic Four will return, whether we like it or not. Of course, the team's break from fighting Doctor Doom was never going to last longer than one movie. As the name suggests, Victor Von Doom is the main villain of Avengers Doomsday, and as the entire internet is aware, Robert Downey Jr. is playing him. In the comics, Reed and Victor are college rivals, but there's a good chance that Doomsday will change the nature of their relationship to something more multiversal. First Steps promises to be a fresh take on Marvel's original superhero team.
I feel like in this movie is going to be a lot more Doomsday. People think, like, of course, the trailer's not going to show anything, and Galactus is the main villain. But I feel like they hiding the Doomsday, the Doctor Doom, Victor Von Doom stuff for a good reason. But he's in here. He's in this movie. He's definitely in this movie somewhere. I feel like just in a different way, like you said, like the story, the original story might be a little bit different. He's in here somewhere.
Any sequels it gets won't be nearly as contained. It still promises something more multiversal. First Steps promises to be a fresh take on Marvel's original superhero team. Even though any sequels it gets won't.
What is that in his hand? My brother told me that was like the nullifier or something like that. Some weapon he put together. But just look at it, bro. Like, it looks like a giant needle or something, bro. Like, I don't know. And look how he's stretching everything, but that's pretty dope how it looks. Yeah, bro. I'm just
contained, it still promises plenty of exciting moments and a future for the Fantastic Four that's full of possibilities. You'll just have to see it for yourself when it releases on July 25th.
Well, y'all, July 25th, man. It's what? A day? It's only a day left, bro. All I know is, man, what a time to be alive, bro. Yeah, Superman just dropped his banger. And I got Fantastic Four pulling back up. Gotta drop a banger. What more can you ask as a fan, bro? Like, of superheroes and just movies overall, bro. Like, I was just in the movie theaters, and I'm about to pull right back up, bro. So, I just wanted to watch this and react to this just to get a good feel of what's to come with the Fantastic Four and what's to come for just the movie and everything that's leading up to Doomsday and everything. But like, it's just great to see that, bro. We grew up on Tobey Maguire and the Fox X-Men movies and everything like that. We came a long way, bro. And some of them dudes, they came back. Understand, we're going to have a scene somewhere in the future where Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine will be together. Let me get off of here before I start crying. Anyways, though, love y'all, man. These reactions are getting a lot better as we keep doing them. Many more in the way, and I'm gonna start reacting to just different stuff overall, not just superhero stuff, nerdy stuff all the time. I just gotta find some good videos. If y'all can recommend some, in the comments. But yeah, see y'all in the movie theaters, man.